What is up, everybody? King Num Num here, back with another video using the new Survivor Faro lady, as well as using her S tier skin. Now, if you do enjoy this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. We are trying to hit 5,000 subscribers, and what I'm going to go ahead and do is cosplay Priestess, but that's neither here nor there. Now, jumping straight into the video, you're going to see I'm going against an Ann who actually counters Faro lady. Now, you see she does have confined space, so what I went ahead and did was throw her trail that last 3 seconds, and I ran into her. Now you're wondering, why the hell would you do that? Because you bait her out to start heading towards where you throw your trail, and you actually go backwards. Now why I did that was because I feel like on a lot of maps and going against a lot of hunters, at least in the beginning with her coming out, the biggest thing is going to be mind games, right? So now I was able to transition kite away, and now I'm in factory, which is a huge thing, especially because the next thing I'll be talking about is the kind of build you want to run. Now, obviously, you see her warp here and get a cat on me due to the warp. Now, I don't think it's anything crazy to see an Ann with warp. At least I think it's pretty normal, at least the rank sessions I've been coming back to and seeing. Now, you're going to see she gets her first hit, and I actually throw a snowball on her. But when it comes to the build, you want to bring knee-jerk flex, because unfortunately, bringing flywheel is going to get her out of her trait of this invisibility mode, essentially, where the trail is just following behind and the hunter doesn't know where you are. Now, you're going to see that was a quick mind game, just watching the red light. And I think obviously having game sense is going to be the biggest thing when playing her, because you need to understand a lot of the things I didn't do in this video, you should do in the future. So for example, if I'm invisible, you could throw off your trail right there, for example, throw it off, and the hunter will fall. That might be a prime thing to do, especially if you're, staying on top of Ever Sleeping Town or Moonlit, you know what I mean? There's a lot of different maps that you could take advantage of doing that. Now you're going to see here, it ended up being a 5 cipher kite, but I think that's neither here nor there. Let's really get down to the nitty gritty of things. I know a lot of people are wondering, will she be meta? Will she change the current meta? Now, personally for me, or at least my personal opinion, how I feel about it is with that 100% now decreased to 60% debuff when it comes to rescuing. I think that's going to be a huge thing. It puts you in a very bad spot for your team. So I definitely don't see tournament viable soon, but I definitely see rank viable, guys. So essentially, if you're playing with a 4-stack or even a duo, I think she would be a really good pickup character. And one of the biggest things I want to point out is that she really counters Hermit very hard with her other ability, where she can transfer cipher progress from one cipher to another. Now, I know a big question that a lot of people are also going to be wondering is can someone be decoding a cipher, and can, somebody who's playing solo troll and take cipher progress from you? Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately for some of you, she cannot. So if a cipher is being decoded by a survivor, she cannot take anything from it. It'll actually cancel the ability and recharge it. Now, another thing I noticed is that actually the hunter itself can see the cipher progress actually being taken. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that's, accurate. At least to my knowledge, when I've seen it, it's definitely possible. You can see I get a good palace sun here. And at this point, both ciphers are pretty much done. Now, another thing I want to point out, guys, is that she is a decoder type character. So really the biggest thing is if you take chase, it actually might be possible to learn how to kite while playing her as well. Now, again, remember, Ann does counter her, unfortunately. Now, you do see I do pretty good here, but that doesn't work out for everybody. And lastly, what I want to talk about the most is really just her cloak ability itself. Now, I know a lot of people were confused saying, hey, is it unlimited? I know it keeps going in and out. How exactly does it work? And what I'll do is kind of just try to describe it as simple as possible. Now, as you saw in the beginning of the match, when the hunter started to get close to me, actually within 18 meters, I'm going to immediately turn into that cloak form. And what happens is as I stay around the hunter, I'm getting exposed. Now, the percentages really don't matter. You just need to know that when you start to run away, that exposure actually decreases. It just decreases a little bit less than it increases. Now, obviously, once you reach over that red line, which is over 40%, it will alert the hunter. So you do have to watch out for that when you're moving away from her. Now, when you reach 100, what'll happen is you'll get a cooldown, which will be 40 seconds, and the hunter will be able to see you. Now, keep in mind, when you're below that 40% and you're cloaked, you can still work on the gate, you can still work on ciphers, and the hunter still won't know where you are. Besides all this, I'm going to wrap up the video here. If you did enjoy the video, again, make sure to like and subscribe. Again, we're trying to hit 5K, guys. And besides that, in the Discord server below, which will be in the description, go ahead and join if you have any questions or you want to be a part of a community. There's a nice lasso at the end. I'm Numer, and I'm out.